Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Good day, everyone. Welcome back for another War Thunder video. As you can see by the title, this was an 8.0 Soviet battle that I was in with 500% research booster turned on. And while I didn't have an exceptionally good battle here, the 500% research booster, of course, made a big difference. So it's domination on Mozdok, and I prefer, when I have domination in this map, to go for the B point instead of the C point first, because from my point of view, the B point is the key to everything, and once you've taken the high ground, it's over. So it is important to also go for the C point, yes, but I feel like you can very easily get trapped over at the C point and lose the battle, because, particularly when you're fighting the Germans, like we are here, it's also the Americans, but when you're fighting the Germans, they will always go up to the square in the northwest in B4 and sit behind that ridgeline and just shoot at you with Leopards and RU-251s, and especially rocket and Jagdpanzers. Either the hot or the two, it doesn't matter, but they'll sit up there and shoot at you with them, and you will not be able to see them, and you'll get trapped and won't be able to move from C to B. So it's really important to go for both C and B. A lot of times you'll see the team all go for C because it's the fastest, easiest one to get to, and it's not really going to be contested. And you end up losing the battle because you just give them the B point. So in this case, most of our team went for the B point behind me, which was good, and I feel like that made a big difference in the early stages of the battle too. They took A, we took C very quickly after, so not a very, very small amount of ticket bleed going on, and then we made it to B just about the same time they did as well. You see, we start capturing it, and then almost immediately stop capturing it because this Leopard gets into the point right off for me. I managed to hit him in the track and break his track, but I didn't want to expose myself to either the right or the left, as I had pretty good cover here and was waiting for the team to catch up, because we had a few guys still coming up to B. So just holding in between these two houses here and watching out for any other enemies coming up as I broke that Leopard's tracks a couple times. He can't really do much. So move forward to scan. I can see the Leopard up there on the hill right before he shoots me. He hits me and takes out my turret and my rotation and my breach and half my turret crew, so back off to repair. Mark him up for the team and then pull off an assist on the Leopard one in front of me, thankfully. Didn't get any action on the guys off to the right yet, but I'll be repaired in just a moment and then I'll move out after them. We did take the B point after they killed the Leopard that I had damaged, so that was good. So we've got a ticket advantage going on. All repaired up. Move forward, spot that Leopard. He sees me and backs off, except that's not actually a Leopard that I saw there, as you'll see in a moment. I thought it was. Pull forward, get a pretty decent shot on this Leopard's turret, and then half a second later, as soon as I fire, the other guy that I saw, turns out was an M551, pops out and blasts me with a rocket, so one assist and one capture with the T-62, not too bad. Now, I initially decided to come back in the IL-28 and just carpet bomb where I saw those two guys there, the M551 that killed me and the other Leopard behind him, but decided that the bombs are just so unreliable lately that the team would probably be better off with me coming back in a tank to hold the B point. And mostly what I'm talking about with the bombs is not anything recently specific, but just in general, it feels that just generally the trend has been for bombs to just get nerfed down to nothing lately. Rockets are the way to go right now. But between they remove the arcade bomb sight and then they really nerf the blast power of bombs, those coupled together with anytime you go into the bomb site in a view, and there's an assist on the other Leopard there that I damaged, so 2 assists for the T-62. When you go into the actual, no kidding, look-down bomb site in any bomber nowadays, the aircraft goes into like a 8 to 10 degree nose up, which if you're flying evasively or tactically to get to your target and then go nose up, right when you go into the bomb site, it throws your nose up, and then your bombs get a little bit of extra momentum added into them, and they'll fly farther past where they need to go. So that's why if you see your bombs falling long a lot, that's part of it. If you're dropping your bombs from the actual bomb site view. Also, that makes it a lot more difficult because you have to get into your bomb site early, and then your bomber starts climbing away from the ground, and just makes it that much harder to see your target and anticipate and drop your bombs, because you've got to bomb ahead of where you want them to hit. So it's... I just end up not really using them that much. So I get up to the B point again, there's a mouse up here. I can't do much to him, but I can damage his gun barrel. So I did. Hopefully he'll either blow his gun barrel or not shoot it and repair. And then he gets taken out a second later by a T-62, so there's an assist for the Object 906. With the mouse taken out, I'm going to head for the A point, see if I can at least decap it and really increase their ticket bleed. As I'm keeping my eyes out over to the left, and then don't see anybody obvious, and then of course as soon as I turn away I get hit by an M103. Get a decent return shot on him, but naturally I get a ricochet off his commander hatch instead of a detonation, a penetration and a detonation, so oh well. So he broke my far side track somehow, interestingly, and knocked out my engine. So he's getting a lot of follow-on shots back onto me, and as I'm trying to fire back at him and at least throw some dirt up or something, he's marking me here. My tracks get repaired, so I stop my repair and risk the hill to get down out of his view, and then finish repairing my engine. And then, of course, I promptly get strafed by an F-84, who actually got shot down by his U-23 at the same time. And that, while knocking out my tracks again and setting me on fire, he actually gave me a little fire screen. Between his fire of his wreckage and me being behind the hill here, I've actually got some cover from the M103, who can't see me and finally stopped shooting at me. So I've got to repair the tracks again, and then repair my engine, which I do in a moment. And thankfully the M103 can't see me anymore. I was able to get just far enough down behind the hill, so my little ploy worked, thankfully. Scanning around behind me, somebody's taking the B point. I can't tell what it is, but I'm already exposed here if I go back up towards B by that M103, who looks like he's actually dead now. But anyway, I'm going to continue on to the A point and see if I can't take it, since I'm closer to that and we've got somebody else moving up to B. We do still have a ticket bleed going. It's a one flag ticket bleed, so still better than nothing. Roll into B, or A rather, start capping it. Went down just a little farther to get down over behind the hill here to get some cover. And immediately get hit by a flat Gepard who was obviously sitting and waiting for me when he saw me start taking A, so that was quick. So back into the Su-122-54 here. And I'll head back towards the B point. I did have him ready to go and ready to mark immediately on the map. This is a trick I've talked about before, where as soon as you get killed by something, find where it is on the map and put your mouse cursor there. And then as soon as you respawn, well, hit your respawn first, and then move your mouse cursor to where you know the enemy is on the map. And then as soon as the countdown finishes and you're able to respawn, just immediately hit the M button, for, well, whatever your map button is. For me, it's M. So hit map, and then left click, and you'll immediately spot where the guy is as soon as you're spawned back in the game. So as quickly as possible, you can tell your team and mark something there. So he gets taken out by an Object 906 up at B, and then I'm going to roll up towards the B point myself. Now, in a moment, another one of my pet peeves is going to happen in War Thunder, and I'll show you once the first kill happens for it that relates to it, which is going to be soon. Okay, so there's a Rakuten Jagdpanzer somewhere, and he's killing people. And he's killed a couple guys already, and nobody has said anything. So there's two enemy air up that I call out for the team to make sure they're aware of it. There's a T-62 in front of me who's up into the B point, as well as that Object 906. And somewhere out there is a Rakuten Jagdpanzer that has hit a couple of our guys and destroyed them, and nobody has said anything. There we go, he just killed the Object 906. So now, a couple of us are calling out asking where, and watch these bombs right here. Good bombs on the 190 there. So unfortunately for the T-62, but fortunately for me, that gives me enough time to get to the B point and get in on the capture here with my Su-122-54. Because I wasn't going to make it otherwise. So it's actually been, like I said, not an exceptional game, but not terrible for a 500% booster. So we know there's a Rocket and Jagdpanzer somewhere, but nobody can say anything about where it is. There are people who know where he is because they've been killed by him. And you get to see where he is in the kill cam. Now, I just took a hit from it, and I couldn't tell where it came from. It was from the left, but I couldn't tell at the time. I thought it came from in front of me. Thankfully, I did get a capture on the point here, which was the important thing. And then as I'm looking around, I hear the launch, and I can finally see the missile coming, and now I can tell where he is. So, one of my pet peeves here is when you get killed by sea, you can see where he is right there. I can tell what direction it came from and tell where he is. So, here's something. If you get killed by somebody, even if you're killed out and you can't respawn back into the game at all, and there you can see I position my mouse again, and then can hit M and mark the map as faster than you can even see, really. So what you do is, even if you can't respawn in the game again, just tell the team where the guy is that killed you, even if someone is near you, because he may get killed next and he may also not say anything. So just tell him where it is, even if it's just, hey, Rocketin' Hot in the northwest, north of C, in B4, or a compass direction is best instead of to the left, because someone could be facing towards you, so to their left is to your right. Anyway, we ended up winning. I had 3 assists and 2 captures, and as you'll see, with a 500% research booster, that turned a average, middling game into quite a nice research bonus. As you can see there, 17,190 research for the Object 268, and then 12,932 mod research, which was also pretty good. That combined with a premium account was a pretty good score, actually. And I did have a second place, so it wasn't like it was a terrible game, but I would have been happy to have 5 or 6 kills along with the 3 assists and the 2 captures. But anyway, there's the kill wrap-up. And here you can see the 17,000 research and what a big difference it made at the beginning of my research for the 268. And there is the different amounts of research for the 3 vehicles that I used. Pretty even between the 3 of them, actually. So anyway, that'll do it for today. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I look forward to bringing you guys more War Thunder soon. Thank you for stopping by and checking this one out. Have a great day, everybody.